Hey friends, Ashton here with Gents with another fragrance review. Today we're going to be taking a look at a 2015 release from the house of Kenzo and their new Totem line. This one is Totem Orange. There's also Totem Blue and Totem Yellow. They all look the exact same other than the coloration difference. And these only come in 50 ml bottles as of now. I'm assuming they're going to keep it that way. We'll go ahead and check out the presentation on this one and then jump into the fragrance itself. Let's go ahead and check out the presentation for Kenzo Totem Orange. The presentation is the exact same on blue and yellow, only the color is different. So you can see here it says Kenzo Totem Eau de Toilette 50 ml. You have this design that goes around the entire bottle. On the back of the box it just says Kenzo. On the top of the box also says Kenzo. On the bottom you have your typical information. The badge code is actually punched into the box right there. The bottle has this cool totem design. Like I said, each one of the bottles basically looks the exact same, only the color is different. It spells out Totem around the bottle, as you can see there. And then it has this little orange band, which is basically like a hairband that a girl would use to tie her hair back in a ponytail. It goes around the entirety of the bottle here. The cap has Kenzo embossed or engraved, excuse me. And then the atomizer does as well. It says Kenzo there. It's a pretty good atomizer actually. Sprays out a decent amount of juice. And then on the bottom you have the badge code and all that typical information. That is the presentation for Kenzo Totem. It's a unique looking bottle. I like it. Totem Orange opens with a citrus blast. There's lemon and orange in the opening. You don't really get as much lemon. You definitely get a lot of orange. The orange is not really like a realistic orange though. It's not like a navel orange that you cut in half and squeezed. It's not like orange sanguine or anything like that. This is more like a sour orange candy. It's still juicy, it's still fresh. It's just a little more synthetic and sugary than an actual orange would smell. It has a lot of pep, a lot of kick at the open. That starts to die down pretty quickly, but you're still left with that sour orange scent, and personally I really like it. This starts to transition into the mid fairly early on, maybe 30 minutes to 40 minutes in. That orange has started to fade into the background. You can still smell it, it just has lost a lot of its kick. You start to get a lot of fig tree in the mid, which gives off a little bit of a very slight coconut vibe. It doesn't smell exactly like coconuts, that's just a way that you could maybe describe it. And there's also lemon blossom in there. So once you hit that mid, you still have the orange, it just starts melding in with the fig tree and the lemon blossom. It's still a really obvious summer scent. It just loses a lot of that citrus edge that you pick up for that first half hour or so. There is a cocoa note in the base of this fragrance according to the note breakdown, but I don't really pick that up. And honestly, I'm not sure it would make sense to have cocoa in this fragrance the way that the rest of it is composed and the way the rest of it comes across. There's vetiver, but the vetiver doesn't really assert itself too much. It just kind of mingles with the remnants of the citrus from the top and then the lemon blossom and the fig tree from the mid. So while it's there, it's more just as a complementary vetiver than trying to be one of the star notes in the fragrance, I guess you could say. Projection for me is so-so. I get an hour of really good projection and then it starts to sit closer to the skin. This is a citrus-based fragrance. Typically citrus notes dissipate really quickly and you know that's what you get with this. Longevity, I get about 5 hours and then it sits really close and I have to basically dig my nose into my skin to really smell anything. But my skin is typically not great in terms of longevity with fragrances. So if you typically get really great longevity with all your fragrances, maybe you'll do better than I do. Right now you can pick this up for under $30 on pretty much any discounter that carries this. FragranceNet I know has it. I think maybe Beauty Spin does as well. Notino does as well. Fragrance X does. So it's right around that range. But they don't have it in 100 ml bottles, so you can't really spend $10 more like with most fragrances and pick up twice as much juice. You're basically relegated to a 50 ml if you want this. Now drawback wise, this doesn't really have a whole lot of depth. It doesn't have a whole lot of richness. It's not like a really thick fragrance and there's not a ton of complexity. Basically that open is just citrus. It's a sour candied citrus Once it hits the dry down, you get a little fig tree and lemon blossom that kind of rounds everything out. And then in the dry down, you mainly get vetiver, but it's not really a vetiver that, you know, reaches out and grabs you. It just kind of is there along with the other notes. So drawback wise, that's really the only thing that I can, you know, peg on this. I actually really like the citrus scent. I like that sour orange candy. It's a little synthetic and some people might crap on it for that, but I don't really mind it. I enjoy it. It's good for casual summer and spring wear. It's not something you can really dress up, and it probably does trend a little toward younger people, and it's also definitely unisex. Alright guys, that's all I've got for you on Totem Orange. I also have Totem Blue. I've tried it a couple times. So far I'm not impressed. If that changes, I'll let you know. Don't have Totem Yellow yet. Maybe I'll pick that up if I can find it for a really good price. Let me know if you've smelled this. Let me know what you think about it. As always, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.